Well, let's talk a little bit about Father's Day. You do anything for Father's Day?
I made some ribs. That was in my natural habitat. Well, it was kind of funny because there was like this event in Fitchburg, Mass. And it was like advertised in a lot of subreddits, a bunch of things about like all these CRTs in a warehouse. And there's pictures of this dusty old warehouse with like TVs like stacked on top of each other. And people were like, oh, you should go to this. You should go to this. You should go to this. And I look at these like dusty, dirty pictures inside a warehouse. And I'm like, I'm not gonna you have to go there at like 8 a.m. and you have to like fight with people over these dirty TVs. I was like, I'm not doing that.
No, I don't think I will.
I'm gonna wake up and I'm gonna like make some ribs. Yeah, and I had my dad over on Saturday. It's beans.
Oh, yay!
And then the next day, I went over to my in-laws' house. And I brought over more ribs. I was in a ribs mood. It's been a while since I made them, so it was kind of like, I don't know, it was like a nice day. It was just a good day to cook, good day to clean, good day to do all that stuff. So it was really fun. So I'm glad and then I actually heard from people who actually went to that Fitchburg CRT event. And they're like, yeah, it was pretty bad. It was like people fighting over these bombed out CRTs that have scratches on the screen and they're like dirty. He's like, what did these come from, like a cave in Afghanistan? Like, these...
Tony Stark built a CRT
with a box of scraps.
Well, I mean, the last thing you need is to be tempted by yet another CRT, right?
It's not like I need one.
I mean, it'd be fun to like wander around a hotel and look at CRTs, perhaps. But
if there's a CRT that I want that's near me, like I will like check it out. But I'm not gonna go like hunting in a warehouse for CRT. It's not my. It could have been cool content, but I just wasn't in the mood. It was Father's Day. I'm not doing it.
I was trying to interest Gloria in the GameCube. Now that she's 9, I was like, you know, the GameCube is a great Nintendo system for a kid. And she was like, it's going to be real old and real shit graphics. I was like, not really. It's not like it was, yeah, it was 20 years ago, but it's like nowhere near as antiquated as the early, you know, she was confusing it with like NES. And I have the modded one, so we were scrolling through it. And she played a lot of Double Dash. She was loving Double Dash, and she was being very creative with her pairings. I looked up at the screen, I saw Daisy and I saw Bowser, and I was like, oh, Daisy and Bowser. She goes, yeah, Shrek and Fiona. And I was like, oh, that's cool. And then like
great.
She played another round and it was Luigi and King Boo, and she's like, yeah, Luigi's Mansion. You know, like she was going for pairings that were not, a little less obvious. Like I said, the kid loves a story.
I think Double Dash is underrated. Like there's something about how it feels.
Yeah.
It's a
little more
looser,
slidey.
A little looser. I think it's pretty good. I think people weren't ready for it.
I think that the special abilities that you get from deciding who you pair up, you know, that's part of the strategy. That's it. They never really did that any other time, did they? Where it's like who you picked besides your weight or something matters. But she really played that one for a while. She's like, this is fun. And she liked the GameCube controller. Then I gave her Smash and she was like not super into Smash. And then she saw, you know, she's in this Shrek musical that's coming up, and she saw Shrek 2 for GameCube. And it's like, you know, an awkward adventure beat 'em up thing. And she was like, put it down. But we did, I meant to mention, I think I said on a recent podcast that like there's a ROM hack for Mario 64 of just slides. It's called Slideverse, Mario 64 Slideverse. And we played through the whole thing. It was really fun because it's every level, it's every world or every painting or whatever you call it, reimagined as a slide.
Our friend Mark sent me something. It was Luigi's Taco Station on N64. Waluigi, he's like out on money, so he has to like open a taco stand and you have to like collect ingredients or something. I don't know. And then he also sent me this, which is behind me, which I was mentioning of several of our videos. One coming up where we go to the Vinyl Fest, and then also when I go to State Line Video Games, which is Mystic Quest. I was just like amazed. Like I opened the package, I was like, Mark, you dog. We have such a good community. So
yeah, he's the. I mean, and who gifts better than Mark, except for maybe Levi? You were saying, hey, like why are they not releasing new Super Mario Brothers Wii on the Switch or Switch 2? And I was thinking, like, yeah, you could definitely pair it with like a single screen version of the DS, the DS and the 3DS ones and bundle it maybe. But I was like, you'd have to do something else besides just release the game because those things are so, to most, even though that one's the best one, the Wii one, they're so samey. And I was like, yeah, you could do the whole Mario Wonder thing and be like, here's Daisy, here's Rosalina, but like that's already kind of been done. And I was like, I think this is when you whip out Waluigi. I think this is how you
Waluigi.
new Waluigi Brothers Wii.
Oh, we're back. I remember a while ago there was some like fan game because like there was some fan who was like, I'm pissed that Waluigi doesn't have his own game, so they made their own. I don't think it's like a GBA game, but it's in that style of GBA. But they made it for the PC, and it was actually kind of cool. Like they had some really cool like possession mechanics or something, and there was like, oh, it's a Waluigi game. I think Nintendo could make something cheeky with Waluigi.
I'd like to see more GBA ROM hacks, like platformers for the GBA. Well, so I'll tell you what I did for Father's Day, aside from my normal like church going and stuff. We went to go see Toy Story 5. Toy Story. What an interesting franchise.
That movie's doing pretty good right now. People are going to see it. People like Toy Story.
We're recording this at the time that like Supergirl's about to hit theaters, and it looks like it's gonna. I mean, like I think regardless of whether or not people are saying it's crap, but I think regardless of whether or not it's any good, I don't think it would make any money. I just don't think people fucking want these kind of movies anymore. I think they're tired of them. So I think like even if it's a mediocre superhero movie, it's going to be received as a bad one because they're already so sick of it,
Yeah, I don't think there's no hunger for it, and it's not like Superman did that well, so it did okay, but it didn't perform at what it needed to. So this is obviously going to perform worse than that. So it's like,
and this would have been true even during like the height of superheroes, I think, let alone now. But I think the only way you get to a profitable Supergirl movie is if she was a full-blown supporting character in a Superman movie, and she was awesome, and we fell in love with her, and then we get a Supergirl movie.
We love that character. We bought the figure from the first movie. Like people are talking about Supergirl. Then you could make a movie about her.
Yeah, but being like, here she is. We really like comics. I'm like, nobody likes comics.
So, Harvey, what became of the giant penny?
I know some people do, but not most people. Now, I would say 1 in 1,000 people read comic books, right? Like, It's very rare to find a person that reads a comic book. Exceedingly more rare than somebody who watches a movie. And yet, like, I don't know, like the James Gunns of the world are always like citing but then again, the comics they tend to cite came out 5 years ago, right? Have you noticed this? Like,
yeah, the run from 2019, it's like, that was like 5 years ago.
Andy Rooney's Supergirl from 2017 was really exciting in some way. Like, okay, nobody knows that. And I know there's some dork right now who's like, well, I know that. Andy Rooney's run was fantastic. Andy Rooney's the guy who ended 60 Minutes back in the day.
Yes.
All this and Andy Rooney tonight on 60 Minutes.
Tonight I want to talk to you about pennies.
Toy Story, though, yeah, I'm sure it's doing great. These Toy Story movies, they don't miss when it comes to box office. But Lightyear, that sure missed. That was a big fuck up. To Lightyear.
That was the film that Andy saw when he was buying the Buzz Lightyear toy.
This is that movie. I'm like, no, it fucking isn't. No,
it's not that.
Andy couldn't make it through that thing. Andy couldn't sit still. He certainly didn't buy the toy. Not that toy. Remember the whole thing is like he finds out that Zurg is actually like himself from the future, and he's a piece of shit that won't lead. And it's like,
he was like,
it's
"This
terrible.
is sophisticated. This is sophisticated. I'm gonna get the toy for my birthday."
And in the trailer, like it's like a real Buzz Lightyear. But Chris Evans did the voice. And it's a real Buzz Lightyear going to space, and they're like, "There's a star man waiting in the sky." Like, oh my god, from Toy Story.
Fuck off.
Fuck you. It's like the height of COVID bullshit, right? Like nobody would tolerate that now. And I heard that Tim Allen, like he is very protective of Buzz Lightyear. And I think he was pretty upset. He was like, how come I can't do the voice? I'm like, you can't. You only get to voice him in the extremely profitable movies that actually work. So let's just rewind the clock here on Toy Story. First one comes out, like 96, I think, right? So I'm in 4th grade. and Gloria is going into 4th grade. So the first one came out, when I was in 4th grade. I just rewatched it on Laserdisc, in fact, just yesterday. And you know what? That first one's really good. That's a really strong movie.
Oh yeah, it's funny. It's funny.
Yeah, it's funny. It doesn't belabor the point that the other ones would belabor, which is like every one of these movies is about the inevitability of these toys getting lost, stolen, broken, or dying. Every one of them is about like, it's coming. They're gonna forget we ever lived. They're always about, and it's too much. I'm like, and then I'm watching the first one again, listening to Woody be like, hey guys, it doesn't matter how much we're played with. And then like, as the movies go on, they're like, you wouldn't believe like the trauma of sitting in a dark cabinet for so many years. And I'm like, just shut up, because you're upsetting the children. I got Gloria walking around the house being like, oh my God, if Toy Story was real, this toy would be very upset.
Yeah, I don't know. If Toy Story was real in this house, it'd be like, our house would be like a concentration camp.
They would tell stories about it for generations. Never forget. EJ Mathis home.
Look, my kids are not gentle with the toys, is all I'm saying.
It's a boy's house. Then Bug's Life comes out. Then Toy Story 2 comes out as the third movie. So like right away they're doing Toy Story 2. And I just learned that Toy Story 2 was supposed to have been a straight to DVD, straight to home video, straight to VHS thing back then.
Crazy. Oh, that's crazy.
Because they were making a bundle on straight to, like corners cut straight to VHS. And have you ever heard the incredible story about how that whole movie was very nearly lost?
Yeah, so somebody brought it home to like work on it, and then like got deleted at the headquarters, and she had it.
Somebody had run Armstar on the drive where all of the Toy Story 2 files were kept, and things just started to disappear.
She had the whole
or had a version of it.
Can you imagine
that they were
the
able
heart
to
attack
salvage?
someone must have had for a minute there? Like, oh my God, we like that's millions and millions of dollars worth of work.
Woody's hat disappeared, and then his boots disappeared. And then as we kept checking, he disappeared entirely. Woody's gone. Seconds later, looking up, the rest of the characters on the show, Buzz, Potato Head, Ham, and Rex, had all vanished. And soon after that, whole sequences, Toy Barn and Andy's Room, were disappearing off the disk drive.
How horrifying. I'm sure like data integrity became a priority at Pixar after that. And I wonder too, I'm like, the woman who like, checked it out and had it at home, I'm like, I wonder if she broke any like data, retention policies by doing that. And they were like, thank you.
Thank you. Well, and it really shows how Pixar was just like, I don't know. That just sounds like a bunch of people just coming together to make stuff. Like it wasn't like,
yeah,
like it doesn't sound like, some sort of giant endeavor. It's like these people were somebody brought a version home, and then
So I feel like Toy Story 2 is where they start to really kind of pound on us about like, these toys are suffering. These toys, they're suffering in boxes. And I'm like, okay, like the anthropomorphizing, personifying the toys in the first place was a cute way to tell a new kind of story. But like, if you take the concept too far, then like, it's extremely tragic what's happening to these actually alive toys. And even in the first one, they confused the issue by having Sid, well, first of all, like I'm not sure he's doing anything all that. He's not doing anything unethical to the toys, unless they're alive, and he didn't know they were alive until they revealed themselves to him.
Yeah, like, my kids are basically two Sids,
And it kind of breaks the illusion of like, you could have interpreted the Toy Story movies as the toys aren't actually alive. This is kind of more like an allegory for, I don't know, whatever. Like you could kind of interpret it like we're just kind of inside the psyche of the toys or something. But no, in the very first movie, they reveal like we've been alive this whole time. For some reason, as soon as it becomes a toy, it becomes alive. And before that, maybe not so much. But they've squeezed 5 movies out of it. I think the one is Wreck-It Ralph is the one where I'm like, I don't even know where you're going with this. Like the arcade's alive. And then the guys inside the arcade are alive. Power cords that run to the arcades is part of the city, the arcade city. And then like the internet is its own city. and this is too far. They have to play the same game over and over again as though it's their jobs. I think you get one movie. You get one movie for your ridiculous concept. After that, it's too much. And then somehow, man, the third movie, like, I feel like they did everything you would ever want to do with the Toy Story franchise in one movie.
Yeah, that was the natural conclusion. That felt like, oh, we were done. Andy grew up. He gave his toys to somebody else. That's the end. And
But he didn't have to give Woody away, by the way. He could have kept Woody.
oh yeah, well, I gave away all my Star Wars toys when I was a kid or when I was going to college, but I kept Boba Fett, you know.
And obviously, you'd keep Woody. I mean, what a betrayal of Woody. And then if you get to the fourth movie, Woody is like, he's still bereft over, he has a new kid, but he's like, I'm not over Andy. I'm broken. He has to leave. He has to completely abandon like the toy world because he can't get over Andy. Have you ever seen that guy on like Instagram who impersonates Tucker Carlson? Like he's like a slightly chubby guy.
Yeah, I think I've seen
So
it.
funny. But so he'll do like news reports as Tucker Carlson about Home Alone or what, some ridiculous thing. And this one was like, "Good evening, welcome to Tucker Carlson. Your toys are alive."
Good evening. Your toys are alive.
Those are alive.
And he was like, "What is that?"
What is that? Good evening. Your toys are alive. What is that?
Who did that?
Who's responsible?
I was gonna say of Toy Story 3, the screenwriter, the dude's name escapes me at the moment. Right, Michael Arndt. He wrote Little Miss Sunshine, which I also think is an amazing screenplay. Lovely movie. You know how we always complain about how Lord and Miller should never have been fired from Star Wars? It's so ridiculous to fire them for Star Wars.
Yeah.
Well, guess who else got fired from Star Wars?
This guy?
Michael Arndt. He was supposed to write he was writing The Force Awakens.
Oh, wow.
And then they didn't like that he was making some cool new thing. And so they hired Lawrence Kasdan, and exactly the same way as Lord and Miller, where it was like, no, replace him with an old guy that is legacy Hollywood.
We should throw Kathleen Kennedy into a volcano, probably.
Dumbass.
That's real lava, motherfucker!
Kathleen Kennedy, she made difficult decisions to fire all the best people ever.
Right into the volcano.
Do you also know that Jim Hanks does the voice of Woody in like all video games and toys and stuff? Yeah.
Yeah.
Just kind of goes, hey, and stuff like that.
Yeah, he's. I think he does like the Kingdom Heart, like when Woody shows up in Kingdom Hearts and shit.
Hey, there it is. There's Tom right there. Hi, I'm Tom Hanks. I've traveled with Tom and stuff like that, and I see the crap that he goes through. And he's incredibly gracious about it. I mean, it's mind-blowing.
Almost every sequel besides Toy Story 2 is like a legacy sequel to the last one, because Toy Story 2 is 1999, Toy Story 3 is 2010. So they waited 11 years for the third one.
Yeah.
And then Toy Story 4 is 2019, so they waited 8 years. And then Toy Story 5 is another 7 years, 2019 and 2026. So they really spaced it out between Toy Story movies. And maybe it's just so you'll kind of forget how like they've already retread all this ground before.
I don't remember much about Toy Story 4. I saw it on a plane. Like it was one of those things like, Toy Story 4. Yeah, I don't remember it. Don't remember it having a good reason to exist.
Well, they had the whole Forky thing that kind of, at this point, so Bonnie doesn't age. Like Andy aged 11 years between movies. She doesn't, she just stays 8 or something. She aged a little bit. I think she was in kindergarten or first grade, maybe in Toy Story 4. And this, I think she's in like third or fourth grade. There's not, I was watching a bunch of interviews with Tom Hanks and Tim Allen for this movie. Buzz and Woody are not the main characters of this movie. It is Jessie all the way. Like Woody and Buzz are very much secondary characters in this. So they made her the main character. But anyway, he's talking about, he's like, Tom Hanks is like, I remember the last day of recording Toy Story 3.
And I saw what the script was to infinity and beyond. We were all puddles.
And I had this out-of-body experience.
Where my spirit rose up and I saw all of us in this recording studio on what would be the last day of working on Toy Story and Buzz.
And he's like, and I couldn't get it out of my head, like the whole ride home. I couldn't, And so anyway, that's kind of like a quirky story. But the thing to pay attention to in that interview is Tim Allen is sitting next to him. And Tim Allen's like, wow.
Wow. Something magnificent has come to its conclusion.
Like it is. What he's saying is profoundly impacting Tim Allen for some reason. He's like, and I gave it an extra minute of thought, and I was like, that is, like that moment when your life's work or something you thought was going to be there forever is finally over. Like I've been working at my job for 20 years, and there's going to be a last day of work for me someday. Yeah. And that's it's like, what would the last day be? Or like my father drove on the same bit of road to his work for like 30 years. And he was like, I have no idea how many times I've rode on Pine Hill Road, and like, this is my last time riding on Pine Hill Road headed to that place. This is a weird, I mean, when it's like a blue collar job, I suppose it's different than recording in the booth, and having your brother do the video game work. But nevertheless, I'm sure these guys kind of thought this stuff would just kind of be around forever. And apparently it is. They were wrong. No need for an out of body experience. There's many sequels to come.
Yeah, Disney will keep bringing them back.
And I noticed that like the reviews were glowing. People were like, the question was a Toy Story 5 really necessary? And yeah, because it really advances the concept.
I think it makes an argument for its own existence. The answer to the question, did we really need this? And yeah, it makes a strong case that we really did need this.
I don't agree. I don't think there's anything all that material going on here. Look, it's a fucking, the third one obviously finishes the story. Anything else is a Disney Plus special, in my opinion. A very well animated and joyous occasion to see the characters, but not a necessary movie for sure. Jessie's having traumatic flashbacks of her first kid, Emily, from the, God damn, this is terrible. They used to live on a farm, on a ranch together and blah, blah, blah. Bonnie's having a hard time making new friends because all of her friends are now on tablets. And so they don't have playtime anymore. And she's running into other electronics and stuff and being like, you guys don't understand what play is. Just playing a game on a tablet's not playing. That doesn't activate make-believe and stuff. Her parents feel bad for her and get her a lily pad, which is kind of like the iPad of this world. And it's a toy line, a fictional toy line in Toy Story 5 that's part of a pond, which is like some kind of data plan with many different toys that can talk over this pond network. But it makes no sense because like they have one that's voiced by Conan O'Brien that's a potty training assistant, and he has little emojis of poop and stuff, and it's supposed to be funny throughout, and it's like only a little funny. It looks like a play school toy, but like it can contact the network. And I'm like, that toy looks like it's $5. There's no way like that thing is connecting to any network. But anyway, she ends up going on a sleepover and trying to cheer up Bonnie. Jessie does with Bullseye, and she gets misplaced, and her old address was written on her foot. And so a well-meaning old couple sees her and says, oh, let's return the toy. She's returned to her original ranch. She meets a new girl who now lives there named Blaze, who has an active imagination. She interacts with Blaze's electronic toys, like the potty assistant and these other ones, like this like crocodile that apparently also connects to a data network. I'm like, that fucking thing. Anyway, I was really, really hung up on this because it pushes the plot along that these things can connect to each, because that's how they're able to correspond. You might be wondering, if Woody abandoned the toys, how does he come back? Well, apparently, like Jessie was just in touch with him over, a walkie-talkie the whole time. A very long-range walkie-talkie, I guess. So she's like, we need your help while I'm gone. So he comes back. Bo Peep leaves. Buzz wants to marry Jessie, so he's like trying to plan a proposal the whole movie.
Toys marry each other now.
The toys get married. Jessie gets over her fucking problems for now until the next movie. And she's able to introduce Bonnie and Blaze, and they, play together with actual toys. And I think like the lesson ends up being like, you can have the screen, but integrate it with normal play or something, because they can't ultimately be like, get rid of
screens.
Yeah,
have Disney fuck screens because they have Disney Plus. No, they can't do that. The Mandalorian Grogu is coming out soon. You got to keep those tablets around.
Yes, and eat at Burger King while you're at it. Gloria leaned over to me at one point and she was like, "It might," talking about the screen, because the movie was kind of indicting screens for a while, and she was like, "It might be a little too late for some of us." So this whole thing is about like a young girl who's going through social problems and trying to overcome that, and then like the fantastical elements are there to help her. And I'm like, is this just every fucking Pixar movie now? Because that's Turning Red, Brave, Inside Out 1 and 2 is just that. I was like, this is pretty much Toy Story by way of Inside Out. That was the other thing too. Is like, well, Apple helped found Pixar. You're not going to be shit talking the iPad, unless it's
Right,
okay by
right.
now. Oh, and there's a whole part. It's like the all is lost end of second act moment where she's on her tablet and she starts getting bullied mercilessly. They're just saying heinous things to Bonnie in a group chat. Other 8-year-olds in a group chat. They have like a group message or something. And it's because she was caught playing with normal toys and they just bully her to death over this. And she's weeping and it's like horrible to watch and all the toys feel wicked bad for her.
Jeez.
She's totally going through it. And that also stretched my, there's going to be people watching this. They're like, no, Frankie. But look, I have a 9-year-old. She's not in a group text.
Yeah, is she in group chats? I don't think so.
It seemed to me like they wanted to do a cyberbullying thing, but really that's kind of a middle school, high school social media kind of thing.
Yeah, that's more older, a little
And
bit
it's like
older.
this character's a little too young for that, I think. Now, that's not to say there's not kids that are. There's been the occasion where her friends will like blow up her iPad with like a group call or something. But like when they do that, I'm like very present in the room. Like you don't need to. And you can turn all that off if you feel like it. Oh, well, the other thing too is there are some really good on Disney Plus. There's a lot of Toy Story cartoons, but there's like a 30-minute Christmas one that's about a kid who's obsessed with video games who no longer wants to play with toys. And it's like the same exact plot. Like that's.
Well, there you go.
This was already done.
Well, nothing new under the sun. Got to go to the same well.
I think the toy thing is totally done. There's nothing left to say about this topic.
Don't worry. In Toy Story 6, it's going to be an existential crisis about the kids going to play with the toys or not.
Yeah, well, like I think the only thing they haven't done, a dead toy. They've not gone there.
Toy funeral.
Right? Like they all joined hands and were about to go into the incinerator together. But they didn't go into the incinerator together.
No.
And I'm suggesting that maybe.
Yeah. Like Bonnie's father like runs over one of them with a lawnmower. And they have to struggle with that.
I think the Toy Story franchise insults my intelligence because they keep making the toys this close to dying or this close to being lost forever. Or if the problem being a serious problem, like you're not going to get donated to some new well-meaning kid or something like. So they keep having these problems in every movie. They eke out their existence yet one more time. There's not been, but like, yeah, I think Rex or somebody needs to go.
I think somebody should actually see the toys moving around and they should like lose their grip on reality.
Well, Sid is an adult. Sid is a grown-up, right? Because he's the only one they ever revealed themselves to.
He was a garbage man in Toy Story 3, right? Is that?
Oh, right. Or he could be wandering around Pizza Planet, muttering. Or something. I got the alien from the Pizza Planet, and then they said, "Play nice."
So play nice.
Subscribe to Red Cow Entertainment on Patreon for full episodes every other week.